Okay, guys, so over the weekend, you guys looked at simplifying square roots and other types of radicals, and what we're going to do today is just talk about multiplying them. So in this case, I can only multiply radicals, or any case really. They have to have the same radical. So in both in these cases, they're both square roots, so I can multiply them. What we're going to say is that if they're both under the radical sign, then I can multiply them together. So I can take 14 times 42 because they're both underneath the radical sign. And what we're going to do is just simplify this. Now I can multiply it together, and if I multiply 14 times 42, I get 588, but I'm going to have to break it down anyway, so we're just going to keep it like this and break down 14, which is 2 and 7. 42 is 21 times 2, and 3 times 7 times 2. So underneath the same radical sign, I have two 2's, I have two 7's, and I have a 3. So I can pull out a pair of 2's, and I can pull out a pair of 7's. So for every pair, I can take one out, because this is the square root. And then I could take a 7 out, because I have a pair of 7's as well. Cross out what's underneath the radical sign. And I get 14 square root of 3. Alright? Well, I'm going to show you guys the answers to number 2 in a little bit. But I want you to jump to number 3, because it's a little bit different. So in this case, I have a number underneath the radical. I have two numbers underneath the radical sign. Because they're underneath the radical sign, I can put them underneath the same radical sign, and then I have a number in front of it, so I have negative 13. So I'm not doing anything with the negative 13. I'm going to break down 132. So 2 and 66, and then 2 and 55. So I got 66 breaks down to be 6 times 11, and then 3 times 2. 55 breaks down to be 5 and 11. So underneath the same radical sign, I'm going to circle all the prime numbers that I have. So these are all my primes. Looks like I have two 2's, three 2's actually. I have a 3, I have a 5, and then I have two 11's. So for every pair of something, remember I already have negative 13 in front. For every pair of something, I could take out a 2, one of them, and then I have a pair of 11's. So underneath my radical sign, I have 2 times 3 times 5, and then right now I got 11 times 2 times negative 13 in front of the radical sign. So I'm going to multiply 11 times 2 times negative 13. And I get that to be negative 286. And then underneath the radical sign, I got 30. So your simplified answer would be negative 286 square root of 30. I'm going to skip number 4 because I'm going to ask you guys to try that. And I'm going to jump to number 5. Okay? So in this case, it's exactly the same thing. If they're underneath the radical sign, I can put them underneath the radical sign. If they're in front of the radical sign, I'm going to put those in front of the radical sign. So the 9 and the 2 go underneath the radical sign because they're already underneath the radical sign. And then the 6 and the 3 are outside the radical sign, so I'm putting those outside the radical sign. So I got 18 right now. And then I'm just going to break down 9 times 2. So I have 3 times 3 times 2. So for every pair of something, I could take it out. So I can take out a 3. So I can multiply 3 times 18. And I get 54 radical 2. That would be your simplified answer. So I'm going to ask you guys just to stop the video for a second, just pause it, and I want you guys to try 2, 4, and 6 and just see if you guys got the right answer. And hopefully you guys did that by now. And these are what I got for the answers. I got 30 square root of 2 for number 2, just put 40 and 45 underneath the same radical sign, broke it down, and simplified it to be 30 square root of 2. Number 4, I got it to be 21 square root of 10. And number 6, I got negative 12 square root of 14. If you guys have any questions about this, don't hesitate to raise your hand and I can help you guys out. So, thanks guys. Bye.